This little device right here has got me in a chokehold, and I'm assuming if you clicked on this video, you're probably in a similar boat. If we haven't met yet, my name is Jackie, and I am a 30-something just trying to figure out the best way to live life. And one of the things that I know is taking away from my quality of life is the addiction that I have to my cell phone, specifically to social media. So I am going to walk you through the method that I am going to use to give up social media completely, cold turkey, for at least 90 days. And this isn't going to be the typical advice that you hear. I'm going to be using a very similar approach to quitting social media as I did to quit alcohol. And I've now been 4 years sober. So it's a method that works. It might seem different than what you're used to, but quitting your phone is a lot easier than just stopping a behavior. Like, it's spiritual, it's emotional, it is a deep addiction. And I know that the methods in this video can actually truly help you change your relationship to your phone and to social media. So let's dive into it, shall we? So the first thing that we are going to do is we're going to journal about all of the ways that our phones or social media have taken away from our lives. What are the things that it's made you miss? How has it impacted your mood? How has it impacted your focus? How has it stopped you from doing things that are productive and actually move you towards the life that you want to live? Take 10 minutes, honestly, do it right now, and just write down all of the different things that are reasons why you shouldn't go back to this. You have clicked on this video for a reason. There's a reason you want to quit social media. So write those reasons down. If you're someone who loves scientific research, go on Google and find some articles about how damaging it is to your brain. You know what's going to work for you. The reason that we're doing this is because we want to be able to have these reasons listed out so that when we're tempted to quit early and say, oh, we're only going to quit for 30 days, or it's just 10 minutes, like, what is that going to hurt? We can look at these reasons and know that we're doing this and it's for a very good reason and our lives are going to be better because of it. Okay, step number 2. And this is one that might be a little controversial depending on who you are, but if this doesn't resonate with you, my channel probably will not. But the second thing that I'm going to have you do is pray. We're going to pray about this. Like I said before, it is not just a behavioral change. It is something that is so emotional and spiritual and just, it's so much deeper than just surface level. So if you actually invite God in to help you out with this, it's going to be a million times easier. And this is one of the things that I know for a fact helped me quit alcohol, was having this prayer, having this deep connection to God, and trusting that what I can't do for myself, I can do with the power of God. And I know it seems maybe dramatic to feel like you need to talk to God and to call on God for help to just get you to stop looking at your phone so frequently. But what's the worst thing that could happen, right? Like, for me, I know how much of an impact it had on me when I quit drinking. All I would do, I would wake up in the morning and I would say, hey God, just for today, can you help me to not pick up a drink? And I'm going on over 4 years now. So I know that it works. And I know it might feel silly, but God wants you to talk to him. He wants you to rely on his power. So there's literally no downside to doing this. Why not call on God and ask him to step in where you know you're weak? It is a very simple thing to do with absolutely profound impacts. This is something that you can do every single day, first thing when you wake up, or every single time you're reaching for your phone and you know that you're tempted to go on social media, or every time you're reaching for your computer about to type in Facebook, you can just stop. You can say, hey, God, I really want to reach for my phone. It's been really hard for me today. Can you please help me to choose something better? And he will show up, okay? You can test me on this one. You can test him on this one. Just try to rely on God's power through prayer. It's simple, but effective. Okay, step 3. This is a much more tangible step. So what you're going to do is you're going to download an app on your phone. The one that I use is called Screen Zen, and you can just block all of the apps that you are tempted to click on. So for me, this is TikTok, this is Zillow, this is Instagram, this is Facebook. It is all of those things. But what I love about this app, and not just like the screen time on the iPhone, is that you can also block the browser usage of it. So what I used to do is, I'd delete the Instagram app, or I'd block the Instagram app, but then I'd go on my phone and I'd type in the Instagram in my browser and I could go through the firewall and I would still end up using it. So even though I added that extra layer of making it more difficult to do, I could still access it So I did. And ScreenSend has this cool feature where you can set a password. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my husband set that password for me so that in moments of weakness, I can't just go find what the password is and enter it in. He has access for it. So if I were to actually need to go on Instagram for any reason or any of these apps, which I won't need to because I am cutting this out for 90 days, I would have to ask him to give me the password. And at that point, he already knows that I want to quit this, that I want to give it up for at least 90 days. So he'd be like, hey, what's going on here? You know, it's that added layer of accountability where someone else is literally controlling whether or not you have access to these apps. And, you know, it seems a little extreme, but this is an addiction we're breaking. If you think of it as an addiction, then you know that maybe you're not fully in control of it. You know, you can tell yourself a million times that you don't want to reach for your phone and you still do. Okay? It's addictive, and there is nothing wrong with calling on an extra person for help and having someone else set your password. So that is the next step that I would say is download an app. It doesn't have to be ScreenSend. ScreenSend is free. I'm not sponsored or anything. It's just what I have been using and what has been really working for me. It's also really cool because when you do go to click on these apps, you can have it have a message. So mine says like, hey, why are you clicking on this? It just gives that extra layer of like, oh yeah, I don't want to be doing this right now. So that is the next step, is just download an app, call on a friend to set a password, and just make it so you physically cannot use these apps, okay? We're breaking this addiction. And then last, but certainly not least, I'm sure you've heard this concept of a dopamine list. That is what we're going to do. But we're going to take it even a step further. So chances are when you're reaching for your phone, it's for some sort of reason, right? Either you're bored, you're avoiding your emotions, you literally are just addicted and your brain just goes there. So I want you to make a list of, here's the reasons that I typically reach for my phone. And for each of those reasons, create a list of things that could give you what you're looking for in your phone. So for example, maybe you just want a dopamine hit, you know? Okay, well, what's a better alternative to that? Maybe you can sit down and meditate. So maybe create a list that has different levels. Okay, so here's if I'm feeling super disciplined, I'll meditate, I'll go for a walk, I'll do these things that I know are actually productive and healthy for me, like creating and different things like that. And then maybe there's a level 2. Maybe I don't feel like being that productive, but instead I can read a book or have a snack or do something like that. And then maybe you have a level 3, which is, okay, none of these things before that work and I'm really, really fiending for a fix of my phone. Maybe you allow yourself to have a piece of chocolate or you watch a TV show or something like that. That's maybe not like something you want to spend all of your time doing or not something that you want to replace all of your doom scrolling with, but every now and then maybe it's a better option. You cannot give up an addiction and just expect it to go away, right? You need to replace your habits with something else. So if you're constantly reaching for your phone and you're not giving your brain something else to do, you're probably gonna end up right back on your phone. So for me, one of the big things that I want to do with this 90 days is I want to create. I want to be someone who creates more than I consume. That is not the case right now because I spend so much time on my phone. Okay, so now all of the hours of screen time that I spend in a week on my phone, I can now put that time towards something that's actually gonna help me be my better self. So maybe for you, you want to have a more healthy body, but you don't have time to meal prep or work out, but yet you find yourself on your phone all the time. Okay, maybe now that you're not gonna spend all that time on your phone, you can do something productive with that time. You can meal prep, you can do that workout, you can do all sorts of things that will actually positively contribute to you living a better life. So there you have it. It is simple, but that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. So if you're with me and you also want to take off maybe the next 90 days from your phone, comment down below. I would love to hear from you and we're in this together. I'm going to be telling you all about what it's like for me to quit social media for 90 days. I'll give you updates along the way. And outside of that, if you like this video and you vibe with the way that I think about things, then stick around, like, subscribe. I'm just a regular 30-something-year-old woman who works fully remote in corporate America, loves her job, doesn't want to quit it, but just wanted to start this channel as a way to show the process of someone trying to live their absolute best life. So that means all sorts of things like health and fitness, mindfulness, chasing passion projects, starting a YouTube channel, all kinds of things like that. So if that's something that resonates with you, I'd love for you to stick around, and that is all I have for you. Until next time, I hope you have the best day. Thanks.